Welcome back to our channel. If you've been following along, you know we've been dreaming, debating, and occasionally disagreeing about one big decision, our kitchen design. We've been through a couple of kitchen renovations before, but nothing on a scale like this. So we have made a decision on our kitchen design. I think the one thing that I failed to mention in our last video was each of these designs included a fireplace.
Right, yes. There were some comments that some people thought maybe only a couple of them had a fireplace. But
yeah.
They all did.
They all did, and we do have a flue.
So when we looked at the designs that Matt sent us, the entertainer was the one that spoke to us the most.
We wanted to eliminate most of this wall to create a more open room to showcase both windows. We also needed a proper pantry space. That's why the entertainer was the clear winner for us. And it was interesting to see your choices. It was kind of fun. A lot of people were stopping the video to inspect each element. But overwhelmingly, I think, I didn't do any kind of official count, but from what I saw, the two most popular designs was the entertainer and the country kitchen. For us, the big plus for the entertainer was having the windows face each other and
nothing in between.
Yeah, a big open space. And that's how the rest of the chateau is designed.
Right.
So that was kind of important to us. That was the one thing we really needed, right?
And I also liked how it followed the symmetry of the house, because everything about this house is symmetry.
And I think that's one of the reasons why I did not like the country kitchen, is because the fireplace was on an angle. And I kind of have an issue with angles. That's just me. But I think for us, we like just cleaner lines. And that's sort of what how this chateau is designed. The other fantastic thing about the entertainer that spoke to me was having a separate pantry, because we have animals. And we have dogs that counter surf, and we have cats that if you leave anything out, there's one or two cats that will pounce on it. But the door and some counter space was great, because we could leave food in there and almost like a larder. I think that's another plus for me is having a fireplace where we could cook and keep warm. And I think we're much more likely to use it because it will be counter height. So on a cold day, I think it's going to be nice. I hope I turned the camera on. So now that we've chosen the entertainer, we do need to make some changes.
Right, it needs to be tweaked.
So we have like an incredibly busy next few months coming up. You're headed to Milan.
Yeah, arrivederci. Hi, my name is Lincoln, and I have a problem. I can't get enough of these punctual retinol patches.
Lincoln takes pride in his skin, and thanks to today's sponsor, he looks fantastic. Punctual packs the power of multiple skincare products into one microneedle patch. The tiny self-dissolving needles dive deep, sending active ingredients exactly where your skin needs them. Punctual's patented microneedling technology allows for maximum ingredient absorption and makes the patch up to 10 times more effective than serums and creams. Okay, since you know so much about Punctual, can you tell me if they're clinically tested?
They are, and dermatologist approved.
And are they allergen-free?
Absolutely.
Okay, will you share them with me?
No. Amanda, where are my patches? I'm going to Milan, and I must look good. Ciao.
If you'd like to get salon quality results at home, go to our link in the description below and use our code, Our French Chateau, for up to 25% off for new subscribers or 10% off a one-time purchase.
Thanks, Punctual.
So lately I've been spending countless hours scrolling through Pinterest, stockpiling so many images that I've completely confused myself. It was a huge help to see the first drafts of the design in 3D, really bringing the room to life. To get a better idea of the space, we decided to put some tape on the floor to see what size island might work. We also measured out the pantry. So the current island that Matt has designed is 10 feet long.
About.
Yeah, so we've marked everything out.
And that's the wider one that he made wider for us because we thought we wanted it to be 2 cabinets deep, which feels kind of big, but
Yeah.
it still has to be tweaked.
But you can see that this is where how big the island would be. Would come over this way. So this is our island. This is the end of our island. Here, there. But I think once these walls are down, it's going to make a huge difference.
Oh, yeah.
And this is why don't you explain what this is?
Well, this line here is the wall between the kitchen and the pantry. This is the doorway from the kitchen to the pantry. Walk in here, and this is where the front of the cabinets would be.
Right. We're going to have
a counter too.
A counter, yeah.
And then upper cabinets.
Right.
And this is the front of the cabinets or countertop where the sink is, the wall that we're trying to figure out what to do with.
Right.
So it's a big enough space.
I was kind of thinking that you too, we thought to incorporate more light is to perhaps put transoms over the doors. So we have one on each side.
Yeah. And try to mimic the tops of these windows with a curve.
Oh, I don't know if I like that, but
no, that's what I was
might
thinking.
be interesting, yeah. And then the entertainer did have the door. So we'd open that up so we'd have access to the dining room.
And that's where the bricks are right now. That's the
where
beginning
the
of the doorway.
Oh, okay. So this is a revised version. So what has been changed?
Well, we had asked about changing the island to be wide enough for cabinets on each side.
Right. We want to have plenty of storage.
And also changed the dividing wall between the mudroom and pantry, moved it over, made the pantry smaller because there was sort of some dead space in the middle there that you couldn't really do anything with except walk across.
Yeah.
And then it gives more room for the mudroom, where you can sit down and take your boots off.
Just to give you guys a perspective, I guess, so this is the fireplace right here. And then we have our La Cornue, the one that we purchased originally for the cottage.
Right.
What we're going to do is put another cooktop in the island. And I think I'm going to do the Invisicook, where you don't actually see the burners. It looks like regular countertop. So
yeah, that's pretty cool.
it's very cool. So maybe we do 4 burners, which will be induction. So I think it's nice to have dual fuel. We have propane here, electricity here, and then if everything goes to shit, we have we can cook inside. And the reason why I thought it would be good to have a cooktop here is I could film cooking videos.
Okay.
So we have room for a nice table and chairs, and the pantry and the mudroom doors will be glass. Right. So we're going to get plenty of light. And I'm not too sad about, blocking off this window because it really doesn't give us that much light. Yeah, a lot to think about.
Yeah, looking forward to getting started.
So you were out here the other day clearing. We had forgotten.
Yes.
And these
were from the outhouse there when the little wall that had the door in it came down. It was going to fall down on its own, so we took it down. So there was a lintel above the door and a lintel above the window next to it. And this one is a good size if we were going to be using it for the fireplace, to show the top of the fireplace.
Yeah. It's a pretty color too. It's more of it's Like what's on the Chateau?
Sand colored. We have some other ones that we don't know what they were used for, but they've been sitting over.
Do you think we could use any of those? Should we go look at them?
Yeah, we should. And I mean, you can always cut them further.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, they don't have to stay the way they are.
Right. So this is option A for the fireplace, and then we can go check out the other ones. So this is our other barn. Barn number 2. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pieces of granite.
Yes. I mean, you can
Right.
see right angles, so they were either intended for something and never used, or something was changed and they were removed because they redesigned something.
It almost looks like this piece goes with that piece, no?
But I mean, look,
There's a cutout.
you see, that's where the bottom of that is. That's actually a pretty thick piece of.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it's embedded in the soil.
Yeah.
I mean, we have no idea how long these have been sitting here. I think we've showed this on previous videos that we kind of discovered them, and
this to me with the rounded
yeah,
corner, I don't know if that would be a step or a lintel.
it almost looks like it's very similar to our front steps of the chateau.
You know, these could be ones that somehow, when they were cutting it, it got
The
messed up.
apprentice screwed it up.
Yeah.
And
This one here is massive. I mean,
well, yeah, I mean, it would be lovely to incorporate this into one of the cottages, like as a, you know, for the fireplace.
and this also is in the ground a little bit,
Yeah.
so it's even bigger than that.
I mean, we need some heavy equipment to move
Yeah.
this. I mean, it looks like a step.
Yeah, it's a mystery.
Yeah, very on Stonehenge. So we do have some options for the fireplace in the kitchen. I guess it depends on the size and, you know, what kind of color we want to go with. You know, I'm more partial to that sand color.
Right.
Hi, Dominic. You're very handsome. Where's Uvea? Please don't forget to subscribe if you want to see how this kitchen and the rest of the chateau is transformed, one slightly over-ambitious project at a time.
I can't get enough of these punctual red knob.
Okay, but maybe don't be so stiff.
Absolutely.
Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe, and if you have something to say, leave us a comment.